Hey, I'm Tyler Boronski. I'm here at Osceola County Stadium, home of the Florida Fire Frogs, here with Fire Frogs hitting coach Rene Tosoni. Rene, thanks for taking a few minutes.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you played Major League Baseball in 2011 for the Minnesota Twins, 60 games over there. Not many of us are ever going to be major leaguers, so what are some of the perks of being a major leaguer? What are some of the perks about the lifestyle that maybe some of us will never experience?
The lifestyle, it's nice, but it's nerve-wracking at the same time. As a player, all these guys, their goal is to get to the highest level, and I was fortunate enough to get there, and the hardest part was to stay there. And then, like you said, 60 games, so I wasn't there long. So I did reach my goal. Yeah, I reached my goal, and I appreciated every moment of it, and it was nice being there when my time was there.
Yeah, most definitely. What do you remember most about your major league debut? Heading to Minneapolis that day. What do you remember most about that day?
It was pretty hectic because the day before we had a day game in Rochester AAA, and I got a phone call that night at like 6, and then the next day was a day-night doubleheader, so I had to catch a 6 a.m. flight to be ready for a 12 o'clock game. So when I got to Minnesota, I really didn't have any time to prep myself. Really, I just kind of got into the locker room, got my uniform, and then pretty much went out to the field and stretched and went for it. And it was something I'll never forget. My wife and my sister-in-law made it out there, and my first AB, I got a base hit. So
really?
Yeah, it was good.
Get that out of the way early.
Oh yeah, I got 2 hits that game, so it was pretty exciting. Perfect. I also got my first error right before my first at bat. So
don't worry about that. Awesome, man. Now, the last few years, you've been a constant participant in the World Baseball Classic. You remember Team Canada. Do you consider playing for Team Canada maybe your greatest, baseball accomplishment or honor, even more so than playing the major leagues? The fact that you're from Canada and representing them, that seems like an incredible honor.
Yeah, definitely. As an individual, making it to the big leagues was something that I wanted to do, but I always wanted to play for Team Canada, and whenever I had the opportunity to, it was probably one of the greatest memories I've ever had in my life. I've been playing with them on the junior team since I was 17, 18 years old, and then fortunate enough to play on the senior team since 2009, and I played in some big tournaments. We were Pan Am gold medals in 2015. I wasn't there in 2011 because I was in the big leagues, and then yeah, exactly. I can't complain about that, but I guess any opportunity I have a chance I can do it, I'll do it for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, any chance we see you coming out of retirement 2020 World Baseball Classic?
Hey, if they ask, I will happily take it. If it doesn't roll over with baseball during the summer, I will. If they want me there, I always try to stay in shape. So
there you go. Fantastic. Now, your final years of professional baseball, you spent in independent baseball. You played for the Sioux City Explorers and then the Sugar Land Skeeters. For fans that still don't maybe understand the gist of independent baseball, what are the quality of players you're going to see in independent baseball, and how have you seen indie ball work as a platform for players to get back to the affiliated ranks?
I enjoyed my time there. It was something where I had to kind of discover my swing myself again. Some teams have hitting coaches, but they were there more on throwing balls, flipping balls, help out. I played in 2 leagues. The Sioux City Explorer was the American Association League, which is more of a younger league, guys straight out of college, some guys with where I've been in my career. And then the Atlantic League is a lot older, and it's more like ex-big league guys, AAA, AA guys. And then I enjoyed the Atlantic League more because the talent level, but I think it's huge for guys. Don't just if the affiliated ball doesn't work out, at least try to go back, get some ABs, and get back into affiliated ball somehow. And I had my best year was my last year in Sugar Land, and nothing came out of it. And you know what? I'm totally okay with that. I was 30 years old. I understand how the game is. They want younger guys who have a good future, and I had my chance, and I was totally okay with it.
Awesome. Were you guys the reigning Atlantic League champion the last year too? Sugar Land? Was it 2016?
Yeah, we won it in 16.
There you go.
Yeah.
No better way to end it.
Oh, yeah. We were like the worst team I've ever played on the last month. We made the playoffs by 1 game, and then we swept the playoffs. We went 3-0 and 3-0.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about Atlantic League. It's like 2 halves, right? Like the first half and second half. So
it was fun. That's probably the most fun I've had on a baseball field, other than playing with Baseball Canada.
Awesome. Hey, last question for you. I know first year coaching the Fire Frogs, you spent some time maybe in spring training, coaching a little bit. Now that you've experienced the coaching side of it a little bit, What have you realized as maybe the toughest aspect of it so far, and maybe the most gratifying aspect of being on the coaching side now?
The toughest part, is wanting to be out there playing the game, because I'm just out of the game over a year, so that's probably the toughest part for me. The most gratifying part is be able to get these guys like the knowledge I know and help them out that way, and then seeing it work on the field. That's the best part. Be able to work with the guy in the cage, and then him bringing it out to the field, and then just proving that if you listen, if you work at it, it's going to work out.
Awesome. Hey, fantastic. Well, thank you, Rene. Good luck the rest of the season. All right, appreciate it.